dear friends, welcome back again. We are so happy you popped over again to see what we are up to today. Of course, for everyone who is new here, welcome. We are Janny and Dyanne, and we hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, of course, we hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone who is here and is not subscribed to our channel, we hope you will click the red subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and tick the bell so you will be notified every time we upload new DIYs. Like we always say, enough talking, let's jump in today's inspiration. So you see already, everything is on the table again. We are going to make a new DIY. We are going to use our tumbling tile blocks, the smaller blocks. And of course, we have here my container with everything inside. Some scissors, markers, brushes, some twine, some mud pots, some filts, and of course, the wood glue. What will we do without it? Of course, some paint at your choice. And I have here my old saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel to wipe away the glue. So these are the main pieces we need for this DIY. So on my table is the first step. We are going to get 4 rows of 12 blocks. So 4 rows of 12. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a kind of a square out of this. And then we're going to saw it in a round. And I use the round of the IKEA cork. So this cork is... in centimeters, he is 19 centimeters, so 19 centimeters, or else your blocks are not fitting. And he is in inches, he is, I have to look for 7.5 inches, so 7.5 inches and 19 centimeters. If you have a round like that, it doesn't matter what round, you can use a paint can, maybe something else, but at least use that size, then your blocks are also fitting nicely. So we have 4 rows of 12 blocks, and we are going to do the longest line, and we're going to place them down like this, and we just make a simple row. And we are going to do all 4 rows of this, and of course I will do it a little bit faster in a moment. I only do this one together with you because what we're going to make, I was thinking to make a cake stand, but I thought maybe why are we not going to make too high, and we're going to make a tier tray, but we go 2-tier tray, but we're going to do it different than normally. So we will see how this will turn out, but of course I will do first the planks so we can make our round. So I'm going to do this a little faster. And of course you have now your 4 rows. You press it together like this. From the inside to the outside, you press it, and make everything, after you wipe away the glue, make sure that you look for it and make sure that you have a straight line again, like this, over here. And now we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest before we're going to do the next step. So we waited a couple of minutes, not too long, before, or else we can't fill in the open gaps anymore. So we are going to still, and you see, he is not totally dry yet. That is always after a couple of hours. And if you want to really make sure, always keep your DIY overnight before you're going to use it or place it somewhere. Then you are really sure that nothing will break. Again, place them together this way. And then you're going to easily press them from the under and to the top. Of course, you also can turn it around and give it some pressure from the sides and this way. And now you can easily fill in the open gaps, because that's not what you want. If you are still having open gaps and it doesn't work this way, then fill it in with some wood filler and make sure that you get a nice flat surface. But of course, most of the time when there are little pieces open, I don't mind, because I like a little bit of the rustic look, but that's not everyone's cup of tea. So I'm going to place this aside and let it dry for at least 2 hours before I'm going to sew it. And you see already, this is the next step. We're going to do again 4 rows of 12 blocks, because we want to make 2 rounds. So I'm going to do with this one the same. We are all going to glue the longest line, and we're going to glue also this 4 rows of 12 together, and I only do this row together with you. So let me know in the comments down below if you already made some tier trays for yourself, because I love decorating trays, tier trays. It doesn't matter because I am loving decorate them, but of course maybe it's not everyone's a cup of tea. So squeeze them from within, same like we did with the other one. And of course I will do the rest a little faster. So our rounds are drying, at least rounds, our squares are drying. We are going to make rounds out of it. We have now on the table 8 pieces of 2. So 8 pieces of 2. This will be the frame for under our round. So this will be a kind of a frame. So we're going to place them together, do some glue over here, place them together. We do here the same. And this way. Oh, you see already this way. And this one. Number 6, number 7, and number 8. And again, you're going to squeeze them. Make sure that you have them exactly in the middle, as best as you can. Is the block really crooked and it doesn't fit nicely, then I recommend keep the block, but just do it. Don't use it for this DIY, because you want to that your underframe is at least is a nice shape. So if the blocks is crooked, I would change it for another block, but of course don't throw it away, just keep it for another DIY. So we're going to let this dry for at least now 10 minutes. So our 8 pieces of 2 are also dry. Now we have on the table 20 pieces of 2. You see already 4 rows of 5 pieces of 2. I'm going to double it up because I like the look better, but you also can do them as ankle and not double it up. If you do them ankle, you make 4 rows of 6 blocks of 5 blocks together this way. So very simple. Then you do it this way. You need 5 blocks in a row like this, and you need them 4 times. But then you do it ankle, and I like, and it's really rollable, because it is if you really going to decorate your tier tray, it gets some pressure on top of it. So I always would choose for double it up to give it a little bit more body, and it gives a little bit more strength. So I'm going to double them up, but you can do them ankle, and then you need 4 rows of 5 glued on the top. So now I'm going to glue them on the wider side and place them together. Just do some glue on this one, and over here on the longest line, place it over here. And again, we do this over here, and we do this of course 20 times. And later we're going to do also another set, but that's later. First we're going to do, and I'm going to do the rest a little faster. So now we have our 4 rows of double blocks of 5. So what we're going to do, we're going to glue them together. We do some glue on this one, and place them together over here, and this. And the last, of course, number 5 is the closure up. Make sure that you have a nice line. Give it some pressure from the top, and again work your way and make sure that you get a nice clean straight line like this. And we're going to wipe away the glue so you can see that you have a nice line or not. And we're going to do for a number 2, because this will already be 1 feet, but we need of course 4 feet. And we place this one and this one, and again over here, going to squeeze it and make sure also over here, work your way and take your time for it. That's most of the time the problem that we at least when I speak for myself, I don't take always the time to let it dry and give it a little bit more of my attention. Sometimes I want too fast, and it is better, especially you see what I do wrong, so you can make it much better than I do, because I make it in a hurry. because I want to show you everything I going to make, at least the steps I'm going to make, and what I do wrong I also show you, because then you don't have to make the same mistake like I do. And I'm going to make the stand for the tier tray this way, but if you have a better idea, just go ahead. You don't have to do exactly what I do. Maybe you think, oh, what's she doing? That's really not handy. Just try your own way. And again, I'm going to let this dry in for at least 20 minutes, because it needs to have some hold. So in the meantime, while these 4 are drying, we're going to get 4 blocks of 2 again, because we need also the top ending of our tier tray. So we're going to do 4 pieces of 2 over here, and this one, and we're going to squeeze it again, squeeze it, squeeze, and wipe away the glue. And we're going to let this dry also at least 20 minutes. So in the meantime, while everything is drying, I'm going to get my 2 planks, of course, we made earlier. I'm going to get my round, and I'm going to place it on top of here. Try to get it exactly in the middle over here. And it doesn't matter which round I use this one, but just use the round with the measurements I told you in the beginning. So we're going to go, and we go easy, go around. And I do it a little thicker, like a lot of you already know. I'm an old lady, so I'm going to need a little bit of a thicker line to get it with my saw. So very easy. I'm doing this way, and of course I'm going to go to my garage and I'm going to saw it out. So you see already, these are the 2 round, and it was really easy to do. Of course, it is not easy to make a nice round, but the sawing was really really easy to do. But it's always difficult to get a nice smooth round. That's always difficult. Now we're going to get 4 pieces of the blocks which we glue together on the tops. So we have 4 pieces. We have here the middle of our round. Of course, measure it out that you have exactly the middle, and then make a little mark over here. What you're going to do is very easy. I place this aside. I'm going to place this one in the half over here, this one in the half over here, and you have to glue it the way that you have also a little square in the middle. So over here and over here, and make sure that you have a nice little square like this in the middle. So I'm going to get my wood glue. I'm going to glue some glue on this side, place it over here, and I'm just going to lay it down. I'm not going to press it. I'm just going to lay it down in the middle, so I can go forth. And of course I can go a little bit to the back. Now I'm going to place this one over here and this one. And you don't have to glue exactly to the underside, because this is sticking out a little piece. So I'm going to place this one. I'm going to place this one in the middle, of course, also. And now this in the middle. And now I'm going to look for that I have it close to each other, and make sure that we go and we get a nice cute little square in the middle. We're going to let this dry, and I'm going to do this one also. So I have my 2 rounds. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get some filled for one of them. So I'm going to take one of the square ones, and I'm going to cut them in 4 pieces, because I only want little pieces on one of our round, only on one, not on 2, but only on a 1. So I'm going to cut off one little, and I'm going to just easy cut this one in 4 pieces, so we only get a little piece. Oop, you see already, he's already jumping away. And I'm going to place this one not totally at the end, but a little from the end off. I'm going to cut off this one in half, and I'm going to do also a little piece over here and over here. Of course, it doesn't matter exactly where you want to have it. And this one over here, And now I have to get the number 4, but he's on the ground. So you see already I have on 4 of them my fills. Of course I lay this one beside. We're going to go further with this one and we're going to get our loose pieces of 2. You see already this is just 2 blocks to get glued together. What we're going to do, we are going to place this way and we're going to do on the tops, we're going to do some glue. We do it on all 4 sides. It will be a little bit of a mess with the glue, but we do our best. Place it down this way and you place this one exactly in the middle against this one. You do here the same, exactly in the middle. You place this one over here. You do on this side the same, exactly in the middle. And here the same also, again in the middle, and we're going to let this dry in for at least a half hour. So if everything is correctly, you have now this piece with only the one of the 2 blocks together, and this it will be the top in a moment. I'm going to place this aside. I'm going to let this dry in a little further. So I'm going to place this over here. I'm going to turn this one over until he's standing up this way. I'm going to get my one of my bigger pieces. This is the one of 5. Of course, I have one over here. I have one of 5 over here, one of 5 over here, and one of 5 over here. We're going to do the same. It will be a mess again. We are going to glue some glue on this side, and of course this will be a little bit of a mess, but we do our best. More we can do. So we're going to place this down. We're going to place this one exactly in the middle of the block. We place this one exactly in the middle of the block. We do here the same, exactly in the middle of the block. And we do on this side also in the middle of the block. And we're going to give it a couple, at least I think 20 minutes before we're going to glue the other part on top of here. So I did get you a little bit closer because I move you also a little bit over here. We are now going to do some glue on the top side because we need to glue the other part, this part on top of here. So I'm going to do some glue because I can't wait too long, or else you can't redo it anymore and then it is stuck, and that's not what you want, because we want that everything nicely glues together. And this is the tricky part. I don't know how this will turn out. We will see. And of course you can have to look for where I did place a little mark. Of course, I don't know where I placed the mark for this one, because it's on the underside. So I have to look first on the underside to see for this mark. I have a moment. So I looked, but the little mark I made is gone. So I have to try just all the sizes which are fitting the best. So we will see if everything is fitting nicely. So now we can still redo it. Place it with your fingers and give it some pressure. And also over here, we're going to give it a little bit of pressure over here and over here. And we're going to press it down this way. And we keep it in place for a little moment. But of course, you don't have to wait for that. Oh yes, you are still a little bit closer. Don't worry, I just placed you a little bit closer. I have here some little wooden half rounds like this. I hope the camera can fit, gets it right. Of course, I ordered them, like a lot of you already know, on AliExpress, Temu, just which one is the cheapest. This depends always on the month or every season. So I always buy in different sizes. I have them also, you see already some bigger one. I have to show it to you this way, or else you don't see it. Here is a bigger one, and here is the smaller one. I'm going to do in the middle of the tops, I'm going to do the little ones. So I'm going to do a drop of glue on here. I still hope you can see it. So I'm going to give it some pressure over here. A little around in the middle. and again this way. Of course, I hope he sticks. And on this side, they are so small, they are always jumping around on my table, but there's probably just me. And place this one in the middle and the last. And I'm going to let them dry in for at least a couple of minutes. So, and now you see already I also have the bigger half around, and I'm going to do on each corner of the round, I'm going to place one. But this is just my privilege. You don't have to do it. I'm just going to lay them on top in the ending of the round, but in the middle over here. And I'm going to just over here. And I do this on the on the top side and also on the underside. So very easy. Place them also over here. I have to turn you a little bit so you can see it better. One over here and one in the opposite direction. Just squeeze it. And I do here. And I think it gives a little bit more kind of a high-end look before we're going to paint everything. But you can do any decorations you like. If you like something else better, it's also fine too. I'm just going to squeeze it and make sure that they press down. And then we're going to let this dry also for at least 20 minutes before we're going to paint. So I know you don't see the whole piece. Of course, I showed you this way. You can also make a lantern out of it. I see it this way. Just do some greenery around, place a candle inside of some battery operated lights. And you also have, instead of a two-tier tray, you also have a candle holder and place something on the top over here. But you can do anything you like. I'm going to paint this and I'm going to use my creamy white color. Maybe later I'm going to make the displays, at least the rounds, a little bit darker. We will see, but first I'm going to give it one coat of the creamy color. And you see already this is the color that I like. You see, just simple, a little off-white color it is. But you can also spray paint it in the gold, silver, copper, do whatever you think it's right. And you see already how much your piece is changing with a little bit of paint. Of course, I can leave it this way, but I find the sides a little bit too plain, if I'm correct, or plain. I think plain you call it, at least we call it bare. But I'm going to do some half around on each side of my stands. So of course, you can leave it this way, but I'm going to decorate it a little bit more and then I'm going to paint it also in the creamy white color. And you see already I'm finished with decorating my trays, and of course you can go, like I told you earlier, go as crazy as you like. This was an easy and quick DIY. Of course, in a moment you see the quick impression. And here you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling tower blocks 2-tier tray. And of course, like I told you, you can also use it as a candle holder or maybe for different purpose. I hope you give this one a try, and everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoy what you saw. And if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give us a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time we upload new DIYs. For more DIYs, come on over to our description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. And everyone who is here and only love to watch, thank you so much for being here. And of course, I hope you enjoyed it also. Everyone have an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.
Something good.